CoastLife, we know that many of you out there have been or you know someone who has been affected by Alzheimer's, and it really does affect the whole family, the whole group of caregivers that are involved when it comes to this terrible disease. But luckily, there are so many people out there that are interested in finding a cure for this horrible disease, and maybe you can take a step in the right direction for that, because the Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up, and to tell us a little bit more is Frank Coates. Welcome to the CoastLife Couch, my friend.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, so give us some details on the Walk to End Alzheimer's. When and where is it, and why is it so important that people join?
So the Walk to End Alzheimer's is at Grove Park in Rehoboth Beach on September 14th.
Perfect.
Registration is at 8 a.m. It's open to the public, so anybody in the Delmarva area can join, and we'd love to have you.
Awesome. Why is this such an important cause to you and to really get people in the community involved?
Yeah, well, last year, about this same time, my wife was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 59 years old.
Oh my gosh.
It's, you know, very near and dear to our heart, and we jumped in with both feet. But from a bigger picture, the Walk to End Alzheimer's is the single largest way that the Alzheimer's Association raises money. There's 600 communities all over the U.S. that do this walk, and you know, we get hundreds of people to participate. As you said, there's over 22,000 people over 65 living with Alzheimer's in Delaware, and 31,000 caregivers. And so it's a huge number of people who are affected by this disease. And we need this money for care to help those people who have it, support for the caregivers, and then research to find a way to slow it and then ultimately cure it.
Yes, definitely. And it's such a difficult, disease, because I think too, a lot of people think it only affects really older people, right? But you just mentioned your wife's 59. I know a few people who have been under 60. Are there any kind of common misconceptions or myths that you want people to know about, that you want to bring attention to?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that are important. One is detection. And many people that are under 60 years old can't believe that they have dementia or Alzheimer's. And so they go a long time thinking it's something else, and really should be seeing their doctor and getting diagnosed. The other thing people need to know is there are ways to slow the progression of the disease, particularly lifestyle changes, healthy eating, limiting alcohol, and really engaging socially to keep your brain active. And so we think it's really important for people to know there's hope. There's new medicines coming, and the research is making huge strides in trying to understand the causes of this. And there's going to be a future without Alzheimer's. We just need to raise money now to speed it up.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and we can't wait to see that future. I think this is it's such a heavy topic, and I think it's such a difficult disease for everybody that is involved, not just the patient, but the caregivers. But this is a fun event, the Walk to End Alzheimer's. What else is going on?
You know, we get together, and there's a lot of hope at this event, and there's mostly caregivers there, right? So there's also a tremendous amount of support for one another, people who have lost someone to Alzheimer's. There's this really great ceremony we do in the beginning with the flowers. So there's different colored flowers that people carry in the walk. Yellow is for a caregiver, orange is for somebody who's supporting the Alzheimer's Association, purple are for people who have lost someone to Alzheimer's. And then there's a blue flower for those people like Tara who will be walking with Alzheimer's. We'd love to have more of those folks join us. And lastly, there's one white flower, and that represents the possibility and the probability that someday we're going to have a cure for this horrible disease.
Oh, that's great.
Beautiful.
Wow, that's great. Well, we're a Team Tara. I know you're Team Tara. We're Team Tara too.
Awesome.
So we're very excited. If someone wants to support your team, maybe they can't go to the walk, but they want to show support, how can they do that?
The easiest way is just to go to alz.org /walk, and you can sign up yourself, or you can join a team. Join Team Tara. We'd love to have you on our team. And if you can make it out, come walk with us. It's only 2.5 miles.
Perfect.
Everybody can do it. We walk right down to the boardwalk in Rehoboth, and so you can do some window shopping on your way if you want to.
Speaking our language.
Good idea.
So one more time, that when and where that people can show up.
So it's September 19th, Grove Park in Rehoboth. 8 a.m. is registration. The ceremony starts at 9, runs about 5 minutes, and then the walk starts. And 2.5 miles, so it'll take you anywhere from half an hour to an hour, depending on how fit and fast you
Sure.
want to
Well, worth it for what it's doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing about this awesome event and sharing your story a little bit as well. But when we get back, we're talking a little bit more back to school. Maybe this is somebody's first year going from summer to daycare. We're going to get you ready for some of those adjustments when CoastLife